Hello and welcome back. So today we will be performing lab 4.1 securing VPC resources by using security groups here. So this is our task here and we will be performing this task today. So our AWS start lab icon is green here. We can start the lab using this icon. So let us open this. Wait for it to load. Okay, so here my application here is loaded here. So now let us go through the task. The duration of this lab is total approximately around about 90 minutes. We will try our best to complete it within the early timestamp. The actual life of this lab is 3 hours, so we will try to complete it before that. So what should we will be doing here is examine security groups to determine what traffic is allowed, change which security groups are applied to EC2 instances, create new security groups, update the inbound rules on security groups to follow the principle of least privileges, understand how security groups can reference other security groups, configure a network access control list ACL to block traffic on a specific TCP port, connect to an instance in a private subnet by using SSH, and connect to an instance in a private subnet by using AWS System Manager Session Manager. So there are total eight tasks in it with the 2 to 3 subtasks in it for each subnet type. So let us begin. I have opened my AWS here via this green icon. If it once it becomes green, you can then access and start the labs. So let's see the scenario here. The lab environment includes fully functional VPCs with multiple subnets, routes, tables, an internet gateway, a NAT gateway, and multiple security groups. Okay. So here is the scenario of it. So we have done the task 1 here. We have also done this new browser based task 2. Now task 1 is analyzing the VPC and private subnet resource settings. So we will now first of all select the VPC here. So okay, let us go back to the console and let me just type here VPC. Okay, open it in new tab. Wait for it to load. So here we have the VPCs opened. So in the navigations of the VPCs, we will be checking for these two IPs, observing these two of IPs here. Okay, VPCs. Okay, that is correct. We have two IP VPCs. One is unknown and one is lab VPC here, with the side IPv4 CIDR range of 10.0.0.0/16, and the other one is 172.31.0.0/16. Okay. So now move on to the next task here. In the navigation pane, choose subnets. Okay, subnets here. Where we have a lot of subnets here. Let me just arrange it. 1, 2. Okay, 3. Okay, we have arranged it in this format here. You can arrange it in any format here. It is not a big issue. So in the subnets in the VPC columns, like this is the image format here. Notice that lab VPC has 3 subnets defined, which are private subnet, public subnet A, and public subnet B. Okay, we have the private subnet here, the public subnet A, and the public subnet B here. Okay, that is correct. Anyways, so we will select the checkbox of the private subnet and then choose the lower pane and the route table tab. Okay, so let's select the private subnet here. Here are its details. It is connected with the instance of lab VPC here. Now we will move on to the route table here. Okay, I can't resize it. Anyways, so here it is, the route table, access of it, and then we have to route stable with the subnet IP. Okay, we have all that. If 00 is routed to an internet gateway, then you will know it is a public subnets with direct access to internet instead of the route stable traffic to network traffic to a net gateway. So we will have to change the route table with that which has a name change me to private. Okay, so let us do that step here. Okay, here I have selected the change me here hyperlink, and then we can change it from here, but we can also use the alternative like here it is mentioning like routes tab, and then choose the net which is the target icon, or using the tags tab, sorry, choose the tags tab and then choose manage tags. Okay, so here we will select it here. This is the details of it. It is connected with the private subnet instance here. Okay, then we will go to the tags tab, then manage tags. Okay, here it is, which name it is demanding me to convert it to. Okay, private. Here let me just copy and change me. Okay, okay, as you wish. Here it is changed. You don't need to select it, but simply just keep it here private, and then we will next we have to choose save. Okay, save it. Okay, now it has been changed from change me to private. Okay, this task here is done. Now the next is choose the routes tab and then choose the net link. Okay, routes, here we are in the routes here, and then the net link I will open it in the new tab. On the details, notice this gateway runs in public subnet A. Let us recheck and verify. I have selected it here. Yes, here it is. It is running on a public subnet A. Okay. Therefore, any internet bound initiated from instances in the private subnet will be routed to a NAT gateway in public subnet A. Okay. So here we have checked it, the detailed analysis of it. Now observe details about the app server EC2 instance, in which app server EC2 instance which is in the private subnet and its association. Okay, so now we will open the EC2 instance. EC2, here open in new tab. The reason I'm opening it in a new tab is because we have to, in this lab we will be using EC2 and VPC for modifications and securing the VPCs for this lab task. Anyways, we can simply close this for now and focus on the EC2 instances. Ignore the API error, it's okay, because we don't have we will not be focusing on this auto scaling groups here. Important. Okay, we know that. Okay, now we will choose the instances and then select the app server instance and the details tab of it. Okay, select the instances. So which one we have to open? Let me check it again. App server. Okay, we have selected the details here. It is running the lab VPC here, and yes, here it is. It is running upon the private subnet instance here. Okay, this has been confirmed here. Also notice that it has a private IPv4 address, but it does not have a public IPv4 address that is true. It has a private IPv4 address and doesn't consist of a public IPv4 address. So here are this tasks done. Now choose the security tab and then choose the link of the security group that is associated with this instance. The security group name contains app server SG. Okay, so now we will select the security tab here from the instances of here. Here it is, security groups. Here it is. Now we have to select app server SG. Okay, here I have selected this here. Here it is, consists of the rules here we have here. Now what is next? We have to choose the inbound rule tab, and notice that a rule has been defined over the traffic over TCP port. Okay, let us just check the inbound rule. Okay, it has been attached here. And next is, I think we have to means that okay, you might need to scroll the inbound rules table to see all the details here. Okay, so yeah, it is connected to IPv4 version, HTTP protocol is transmission control protocol, TCP, and the port range is 80, and its IP is resource to all, like 00.0.0 slash cider of 0 indicates that it is connected to all of it inbound rules. Okay, so now let us move on to the next task here. Now we will choose the outbound rule and notice that all outbound traffic is allowed. This is for the default setting of the security groups. Okay, let us verify it. Yep, that is true. It is like protocol range is all for this, and destination is also all set up here with 0.0 IPs here. Okay, so it is done here. Now we will be analyzing the public subnet resource settings. So now in the Amazon VPC console, analyze the routing details that affect EC2 instances in the public subnet. Okay, we can leave this here for now. Now we will be analyzing the public subnet here. Okay, we will go back to your VPCs, then to subnets. Okay, here the private we can uncheck. So it is asking me to check out the public subnet A. Okay, here it is, public subnet A. Here I have selected it, and here are its route details. It is connected with the lab VPC. The route table is defining here is public, and the ACL here as well is mentioned here. So if necessary, we have done this. So now we will choose the route table and note. Okay, where we have selected the route table for the public here. Here its name is public. Here we can check its ACLs inbound rules and outbound rules here. I think so. Yes. Okay, we have to select the IGW here. Let us open it in a new tab. Wait for it to load. For now. Okay, here it is. Yeah, here it is associated with lab VPC. We can double check it by clicking on it here, and yes, it is associated with lab VPC here with a specific ID and the internet gateway ID here as well. Okay, so observe details about the proxy server 1 instances. So return to the browser where the Amazon EC2 is open. In the navigation pane, choose instances, select the proxy server 1 instance. Okay, so we will return it back to the EC2 instances here. Let us reopen it. Instances. Okay, uncheck it here, and then proxy server 1. Okay, proxy server 1. Here are its details, like it has a specific IP here, public IPv4 address here, along with this private IPv4 address here, and like it is associated with lab VPC ID here. Okay, that's fine. Unlike it has a public, the server runs in a public subnet. Okay, so now we will choose a security tab and notice that a security group with proxy SG in its name is associated, as you can see in the inbound rules section. Okay, so now we will be choose the security tab. Okay, here it is. Like here it is associated with proxy SG here. Like that is correct. As you can see in the inbound rules section, the security group. Okay, so this task is done. We can check it later onwards for the EC2 instance. We will be doing some modifications on it later onwards anyways. So let us uncheck it. Now we will observe the proxy server 2 instance. Okay, I have selected the proxy 2 server instances here. It has a public IP address, IPv4 address here, along with a private IPv4 address here, and it is associated with lab VPC here, and it uses a subnet ID of a public subnet B here. Okay, we can ignore the warning signs, it is not a big deal here. So now add a new inbound rule to the security proxy SG2 security group. Okay, let us check it does which one uses proxy SG2. Okay, and choose the link for the proxy SG2 secure a new inbound rule to the proxy SG2 security group for proxy SG2. Let me just check. Okay, so here it is, proxy SG2 and proxy server 2 it exists. Let us recheck it with the proxy server 1 whether it we have to modify the proxy SG here or not. No, not this one, but we have to modify it this one. Okay, so let me just open it in new tab, choose the inbound rules tab, and then choose edit inbound rules. Okay, here inbound rule, there is no security group attached to it, so it's okay. So for the outbound security rule, it has this outbound security rule attached to it. So now for inbound rules, what we will be doing is we will be edit server group in its name is associated with the institute instance. Okay, we had checked that, we had verified that in the security tabs. Okay, so now we will be editing the inbound rules and then add a rule. Okay, so I had choose that in a new tab, edit inbound rules. So now we will be adding a rule here. Okay, choose HTTP and choose anywhere IPv4 and then save rules. Okay, and we will be selecting the type here with HTTP for source anywhere IPv4. Ignore it, its rules with source allows all IP addresses, so it has been set here. So we will save the rules. Now it has been done. We have the inbound rule here for this task. Outbound rule is already set here. Now we will check the next step, which is now testing the HTTP connectivity from public EC2 instances. So access the proxy server 1 public IP address to test the. So let me just read the details here. Public IP event paste. Okay, we can close this tab here for now, and this one here as well, uncheck it and simply just close it. Anyways, I have a new tab here open for the time being. Okay, so let me just refresh these first. Okay, that's done. So now I have selected the proxy server 1, copy its proxy, now paste it. Now let's wait for it. Okay, so we hello from the web server running on the app server instance. Okay, this is here done. Now for we will be using for a proxy server 2 here. Okay, let me just return proxy server 2, copy, paste. Okay, this is running successfully as well. We can close these tabs, unselect it here for now. Okay, so now restricting HTTP access by using an IP address. In this task we will be updating the app server SG security group to only allow access from a single internal IP address, like as it is indicated here in the diagram here. Okay, we copy this proxy server 1 private IPv4 address, which you will need to complete the next steps. Okay, we can use the proxy private for proxy server via AWS details, but it is better to check it from the EC2 instance. We can copy it from AWS details here, the proxy server 1 instance details here, but it will become confusing, and the problem is it will revert back to the header section here. Anyways, I can show you like whether the IP addresses match or not. So yeah, here it is, the proxy server 1 private IP address here is mentioned here, like this is the proxy server 1 and IP address here. Anyways, so just close this here. We're on the task number 14. Let me just go back to the task. You can copy it from here, like the IP address which I have shown you, but anyways, it is better to double check and verify from the EC2 instance, like which IP it is actually running for the private IP. It could be different for other users here who will be doing this lab. The IP address, like the first 3 digits remain the same, but the last digit can either be 111 or 222. That depends on which IP the AWS cloud assigns to you. So you no need to worry about this. So let us copy the private proxy server 1 IP from the EC2 instance here. Okay, proxy server 1 here selected. Here it is its ID. We copy it. Okay. Now what is the next we will be doing here? Added the app server SG security group inbound rules. In the Amazon EC2 console, in the navigation pane, choose security groups, and then we will be selecting the app server SG security group. Okay, EC2 instance and security groups, app server SG. I have selected it here. So now what is it requiring me to do? Choose the inbound rules tab and then choose edit inbound rules, modify the HTTP rule. Okay, we will be doing some modifications in the inbound rules tab of app server SG. Let us really check. We have just selected the app server SG here, the inbound rules, like let us recheck which source it is using. Okay, so now we will be editing it here. Okay, so we will be removing this instance here, and we will be pasting the proxy server 1 IP address, which private IP which I had copied before, and then we will add the /32, which is the CIDR range or CIDR range of it. Okay, we have removed it here. Let me just paste it. /32. Oh, sorry, 32. Yes, that will be, we will be using it here. Any other modifications? No, not for now. Now we will save the rules for the app server SG. So it is done successfully. Yeah, as app server SG, I modified that. Okay, it is done. Now we will be testing the website access by loading the proxy server 1. Okay, so we will be testing it using the proxy server 1's IP address. Okay, so let us go to the instances. Let us first just refresh it. Proxy server 1, public IP address. So yeah, it's open. Okay, so it works because the server is still forwarding the traffic, and the app server SG security group recognizes the source of the request as proxy server 1. So now we will be testing it again for proxy server 2's public IP address here. So the expected result is the website fails to load. Let us just recheck. whether it fails to load or not, the public IP address of this. Let me just copy, new tab, open, wait for it. So as you can see here, it is for now not being able to load. We will soon be getting a message like this site can't be reached. So which is correct. Let's wait for it anyways. Yes, exactly. Because access has been restricted for it. Anyways, we can close this tab here for now. Which is, so now it is running on that instance here. So now we will scanning restricted HTTP access by referencing a security group to it. We have now decided to turn proxy server 2 into another proxy host created redundancy. So what we will be doing here is like okay. So now we will be modifying the app server SG's inbound rules once more, so that the allowed source for HTTP traffic is the proxy SG security group instead of the proxy server 1 internal IP address. So now in the Amazon EC2 console we will be choosing security groups. Okay, let me just go back to security groups. Okay, we will be selecting the app server SG, choose the inbound rules tab and then choose. So okay, which one I have to select? Let me recheck. App server SG. Okay, and inbound rules, edit inbound rules. Let us just delete it. Now we will add a new rule to it. Let us check the requirements. We will add a rule here. We will choose HTTP. Okay, from the type here HTTP, and now for the source choose custom. Okay, it has been custom already here. In the source field enter SG. When the drop down of a list of accesses appears, we will be selecting this ID where proxy SG exists. Okay, so now let me just SG. So let me check which one consists of only proxy. We will not be selecting this proxy SG2. Keep it in mind. The instruction is we will be selecting the proxy SG like which is attached to it. So here it is. Okay, it is done. Now we will save the rules. Okay, now it is done here for app server SG. Now I think the next is just which security group. Still in the Amazon, we will go select the proxy 2 instance, action security group, remove. Okay, now we will be removing the proxy SG2 instance from the proxy server 2. Okay, so let me just go back to the instances here, perform a refresh here again. Proxy server 2. Here I have selected proxy server 2 here. Okay, actions menu. Okay, here I have selected actions, security, and change the security groups. Okay, security, change security groups. So here we have proxy SG2 here. Okay, we will be now removing it. We have removed it here. Now we will select for proxy SG. We can, it will be sometimes hard to find a proxy SG as they don't align here. So anyways, by using it by simply typing proxy SG here, we have removed this one. We will be selecting this one. Okay, this one is here, add security group. And now we will be saving it. Okay, here it is done successfully. We have changed it. Now that once we have configured it, we will now be testing the access from proxy server 1 public IP. Okay, let's do a refresh it again. Proxy server 1 IP is selected, copied, new tab, paste, works for proxy server 1. Okay, now for the critical test here, I think now we will be checking it for proxy server 2, which is now with the same proxy server 1 here. Okay, uncheck. We will now select proxy server 2, copy the IP address, new tab, paste it. Okay, now it works successfully. Since now the proxy SG ID is attached to the proxy server 1 IP address and along with proxy server 2 proxy server 2's IPs, so now it both works successfully here. Well, I think this task here is done here for now. Okay, let me uncheck it here. There are multiple instances here anyways. Okay, they both work. So now for the next task here, we will be restricting HTTP access by using a network ACL. Okay, we will be adding a new inbound rule on the lab VPC network ACL to deny all inbound traffic on port 80. We will return to the browser tab where the Amazon VPC console is open, and in the navigation we will choose network ACLs. Okay, anyways, let me just uncheck it here, do a refresh here. So now in the VPC we will be I have returned back to the VPC here. Let me just sort it. Okay, now I will select network ACLs. Okay, now what it's asking me, select the network ACL that is associated with the lab VPC. So this one is associated with lab VPC. Let us check. Okay, VPC ID here it is mentioned here. Okay, we will be editing an inbound rule and we will be adding a new rule to it. Okay, so let us just check it from here. Okay, anyways, we can close this here. This is not mentioning it. So inbound rules, so we can see there are two rules attached to it. We will be adding a new rule to this. Let me check the okay, edit inbound rules. So we will be adding a new rule to it. Add new rule, ID is 99, which connection it is demanding HTTP. Okay, here HTTP, and what it is saying, choose deny. Okay, here I have selected deny, save changes. Okay, I have successfully updated the inbound rules here. So now I will be testing it for public server IP1 public IP. Okay, now I need to return back to the instances for which one, proxy server 1. Okay, so copy, let's wait for it to become connection timed out. Anyways, but it will show a connection timeout. So okay, so here it has worked successfully. Our ACL rule number 99 has activated, and which is denying access to it. Okay, so now we will close the tab. Now we will return back to the here inbound rules. As you can see, the rule number 99 which we had added earlier works successfully. Now edit inbound rules. So now we will be adding a new rule. Let me check. Okay, add a new rule. rule ID is 98 with HTTP. Okay, so what do we have to do it? We have to choose allow. Okay, here it is checked. Now we will save changes. Now it has been done successfully. That's good. Now what is the next? Now we will be testing it again. Okay, let me just refresh it again, because the rule has been added successfully, and check it for now. So now the refresh is done. Okay, now copy the public IPv address, new tab, paste it. Okay, now it has started working. Let us recheck. 1 1 2 3. Okay, I have checked it 3 times, refreshing it, so it works. So let us close it. Here this task is done here as well. Now we will be connecting to the app server by using a Bastion host and SSH. So now we will rename the proxy server to EC2 instance to like something of a Bastion. Okay, let's uncheck it, refresh it again. Now we will be changing this instance's name. We cannot change it from here or anywhere, so the best approach for it is to just edit it from here. Okay, let me just remove it. Okay, Bastion, copy, paste, and submit edit. Now here our Bastion is added. Let's just refresh it again, because proxy 2 instance was earlier showing in the details tab. We need to like double check whether it is showing again or not. Now it is not showing it here. Okay, so now we will create a new security group with port 22 open for the Bastion host. So now in the navigations pane we will choose the security groups and create a security group. Okay, now in the we have gone to the security groups here. What we will be doing is choose create security group. Okay, create security group. Here we will be adding the name. Okay, it's Bastion SG. Copied it here I have, and paste for the details, what details it wants me. Okay, Bastion SG, copied. Here I pasted it here. Okay, now we will be removing the current select, and we will choose live VPC. Okay, so here it is the IP, we will be replacing it with this lab VPC here. Okay, here it is done, and the next is we will be adding an inbound rule to it. So let me just add rule. What it is demanding me to add? SSH. Type SSH here. Here it is done. Port range 22 already assigned to it. Anywhere IPv4. We will be selecting here anywhere IPv4. We have done it here. And now, ignoring all these, we will now be creating a security group rule here. Create security group. So it has been done successfully. Update the Bastion instance settings to use the Bastion SG. So in the navigation pane, choose instances. Okay, now we will be removing the proxy SG which was before attached to the proxy server, and then we will be attaching Bastion SG to it. Okay, let us go back to the instances here. Already selected here. No, refresh. The reason I am refreshing is because it is for continuous working on integrations of the cloud AWS services to work. Here I have selected it. We have to go to actions, security, change security groups. So the proxy SG is attached to it, we will be removing it. Let me just recheck it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we will be removing it. Removed. Bastion SG. Okay, here it is. Add security group. And then we will be choose add security group. Yeah, it is done. And save it. Now it has been saved successfully here. Okay, let us do a refresh here again. Add the inbound rules for the app server SG security group. So now for the next task is first of all I will be copying the Bastion private IP. Okay, so here's the Bastion's private IPv4 address. Copied it. Let us just unselect it. We will now go to the security groups. Here it is selected. App select and then choose the inbound rules tab and then choose edit inbound rules. Add. Okay, app server SG. I have selected an app server SG here. Inbound rules. Here the rule is attached to it. Do I have to remove it? I have to add a rule. Okay. Add inbound rule. Here I add rule. Choose SSH. Selected. We choose custom. Okay. Now we will paste the Bastion private IP address here with /32 to it. Okay, done. Save rules. Now the Bastion's IP address here has been saved successfully. Okay, now we will be connecting the Bastion host by using SSH. Okay, this is one of the very tough tasks here. Copy. In here we have to now use the bash. Oh no, why am I not getting a paste option here? Anyways, I may have to type it here. So execute SSH agent #bash. So this command run has done successfully. Wait, let me just check what is this. Anyways, this might be a tricky one. SSH dash add space /.ssh /labs user .pem. Let's hope it works. Okay, so the identity here has been added. Okay, so now we will be connecting it with the Bastion's public IP. Okay, I may have to type it manually here because I am not getting a paste option in here. Okay, Bastion's public IP. Oh, this is a very long one. Anyways, so let me just resize it here a little bit. Okay, ssh/I. Is there any space to it? Yep. Let me just recheck it here again. User at the rate .54 dot 174 dot 98 dot 185. So it is asking for fingerprinting, type yes. Okay, it has been done successfully here. That's good. So now we will be doing it for app server's private IP address. Where is the app server? Okay, so here's private IPv4 address. Here is here 10.0.11.221. Okay, well, let's verify it from the AWS details. Double check it for it might be sometimes different, like task 33. Let me remember it, which task I am about to perform. Ten dot 0.11.221. 10.0.11.221. Okay, so that is correct here. Let me just I forgot. Let me just go back to the command which I will be pasting it, typing it, because I don't have accessibility of it, Okay, so now let me just type the command here. SSHEC2/user at the rate, it is 10.0.11.221. Okay, 10.0.11.221. Enter. Yes. Enter. Okay, this has been done successfully here. So now we will be creating a new file here, touchfine.txt. So new file has been created. Let's check whether it exists or not. Yes, it exists here. We were able to connect it with the labuser.pm and SSH key with the Bastion host. So now I will be running the exit command here to exit from this server side. Okay, so connection is closed, so now it is true, correct here. So So this has run successfully here. So now they're going to disconnect from the app server. Okay, we have exited it. So now for the challenge task here, connecting directly to a host in a private subnet by using session manager here. Okay, so now in the next final task here, we will be connecting to the app server by using a session manager here in the browser tab. Okay, okay, let me just refresh it. Okay, here we have selected the app server. What we will be doing is connect. Okay, connect session manager and then choose connect. Okay, and sh dash 4.2 prompt will open. Okay, so connect. We will now connect to the EC2 instance here. Let's wait for it to load. Okay, here it has been loaded here. Now I am connected with the system manager here, system manager based system here. Now what is the next task is to modify the website hosted to this on this server. We will be running this following command. Okay, we copied it. Okay, now I will paste the command here, paste and enter. Okay, so now this instance has run successfully. Now to test the access of the web page hosted on the app server again by using proxy server 1's IP address. So now let's see whether the changes we made were either successful or not by using the app server. App server or proxy 1? Okay, proxy 1. Sorry, proxy 1. Let's just refresh it. Wait for instances to load. Proxy server 1. Copy. Paste. Yes. Successful. Now session manager was used. Now first we were getting this message. Now with the next message here, like the command was run in a deployable state. Okay. This task is done. So now we will be submitting it. Let's hope I get 100 marks here. I had already done that before. So let's just submit the report. Yes, all tasks are done. So now let's wait. Submission recorded. Let's wait for it to upload. So approximately this lab took approximately 1 hour for me to complete, around about 60 minutes, because this task consisted of lot of details. And a foundational, this lab will also give you a foundational guidance for the securing VPC reports and everything. Okay, all tasks done, like all tasks were successfully done here. So let's check the submission report. Okay, successfully I had successfully done all of these task gates, and the subtasks were here also done. So it has been done here successfully, and now I will end lab here. Yes, all total score of 40 out of 40 has been done here. So now in the next task, module 4, we will be doing the knowledge check here. Till I see you next time, wish you all the best. in performing these lab tasks, and hope to see you next time soon. All the best and happy learning. Make sure you like and subscribe this channel and do forward with your peers as well. All the best.